A reminder, the news doesn't end here. Here's what's coming up on WCNC Plus at 7 a.m.
One of the busiest seasons here at Charlotte Douglas has thousands expected to take to the air. What you need to know if you plan to fly.
The federal government says Operation Charlotte's Web is far from over, as many in the community are battling to get back to normal.
Whole week being closed, it affects us as business.
Howland Restaurant is offering a safe space for the Latino community this morning.
A verdict is in the Scott Brooks murder trial. The jury finding both men guilty in just a few hours.
Nothing I say or do is going to bring my brother back, but we do have justice for him.
Hear from the family on what the jury's decision means to them.
And if you haven't started thawing your turkey yet, you may want to start now.
How long you'll need and what to do if you forgot. Those stories and much more live, local, and breaking news coming up at 7 a.m. on WCNC Plus.
Rush hour traffic has begun across the greater Charlotte area. Live view from I-77 at Arrowwood Road. A lot less traffic, especially if you're coming from York inbound into Mecklenburg County. You can see that reflected across the county. 77 across South Carolina looking good as well. No issues there, but we are seeing those typical slowdowns over towards Gaston County. That is I-85 northbound, and it's near Gaston Mecklenburg County line where we do still have that crash. Performance Road at Sam Wilson. Majestic.
Today is a weather alert day, mainly for the second half of the day, this afternoon and this evening. That's when we're expecting more scattered rain showers, a few storms, especially overnight tonight and into early Wednesday morning. Otherwise, Wednesday looks nice as well, 73 degrees. Thanksgiving still expecting sunny skies. It's going to be cold in the morning, though, with 30s if you're heading out the door, 50s by the afternoon, and then a chilly weekend ahead.
Yeah, it looks like if you're traveling back after the holiday might be an issue as well.
Yes, exactly.
Take a coat with you.
Yeah.
All right, join us on WCNC Plus starting at 7.
Streaming live right now at 7 a.m. right here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington. Thanks so much for being with us. We're going to start things off with a check of your forecast on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving, a weather impact alert day today, Majestic.
We've issued this because we know a lot of people are going to be traveling today. We're not concerned about any severe storms, but we do have scattered showers and a few isolated thunderstorms developing today that could impact your travel. Let's get straight to it. I want to show you our satellite and radar. This is a storm system that we're watching. It is very strong right now. It is producing severe thunderstorms as it continues to pass right across Alabama, heading into Georgia. You can see from Birmingham straight towards Atlanta, that little Boeing right there, showing some of the strongest storms as it continues to track eastward. Now, the northern half of this is not thunderstorm activity. This is just heavier rain showers. This is where we're currently seeing that severe weather. So we'll be impacted by that same system, but by the time it actually makes its way across the Carolinas, thankfully it loses its severe strength. You can see that risk for severe storms. It'll stay to the south of us, but again, scattered rain showers and a few isolated thunderstorms are in our forecast today. If you're heading out the door for your Tuesday morning, whether you're heading off to work or maybe you're packing up the family and you're hitting the roads to maybe go on a road trip, right now it's rather quiet for us. We have cloudy skies out there and temperatures are on the warmer side, mainly into the 50s. We will be weather alert this afternoon and tonight because of rain showers and again, isolated thunderstorms. And we've issued this because we know there will be some travel impacts with lots of people traveling today. Here's a look at those rain chances. So we will have the opportunity to see spotty rain showers this morning, this afternoon, but more widespread impacts well after sunset tonight, even just after midnight. That's when we could see a few isolated thunderstorms. So fast forwarding you into the day today, this is right around noon. So if you're west of I-77, you're going to be tapping into this rain earlier. So that's where we already have rain starting to fire up. Then 3 o'clock in the afternoon, notice the rain kind of starts to taper off. Still a cloudy day, still seeing rain showers to the north of Charlotte mainly, and then we'll have periods where we don't even have any rain whatsoever. It'll still be cloudy, rather warm. There's about 7 o'clock. And then tonight we're holding on to both moisture and we're holding on to warmer weather. Temperatures do not get cool into the overnight hours. We're only going to see those temperatures fall into the lower end of the 60s. That could be fuel for those overnight thunderstorms to fire up. And that's what a lot of our models are continuing to show. This is 1 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, so this could wake you up, maybe your kids, maybe your pets. The good news is it's a pretty quick moving system. It's out of our area. Back behind it, Wednesday is going to be great. So that is why we are under a weather alert day today, because of the inconvenience of scattered showers throughout the daytime hours. Then we'll be watching those overnight isolated storms. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about the cooler weather ahead just in time for Thanksgiving. Becca, how are the roads? What do people need to know as they're heading out the door this morning?
We've got some slowdowns out there, especially over towards Huntersville. This is a live look from I-77 at Sanford Road. So if you normally take 77 southbound to get closer to the uptown area, note that there will be still those typical slowdowns that we see. Notice though, this is all on the general purpose lane. So if you do hop on the toll, you won't have to worry about that. Hitting the roads for Travel Tuesday, the worst time to travel is going to be between 1 o'clock through 7 p.m. But the best time to travel will be before 10 o'clock today, and you'll miss out on the rain if you do leave early in the morning as well. Live picture across the area, a little bit slow, 77 southbound near Uptown, also 85 northbound over towards Gaston County. This crash causing the most significant delays on the eastern side of Mecklenburg County, heading westbound Albemarle Road at I-45. Stop and go traffic can be expected there. In addition, still have this one in Uptown North Church Street at the intersection of 11th, and then all the way over towards Rowan County. Salisbury crash on Church Street at the intersection of 11th.
Breaking news right now on WCNC Plus out of Concord. North Carolina Highway Patrol looking for a person of interest after a late night speed enforcement stop on I-85 turned deadly. Troopers say they clocked a red Camaro going 111 miles an hour near Bruton Smith Boulevard around 11 o'clock last night. When they tried to pull over the driver, the person took off, ran a red light on George Lyles Parkway, and slammed into another car. That car burst into flames, killing that driver. Now, the person in the Camaro ran from the scene and has not been found. Troopers believe that driver may have been impaired. Well, the busy travel season now underway. From the roads to the skies, make sure you pack your patience, folks. According to AAA, 6 million U.S. travelers are expected to take domestic flights over the upcoming holiday.
Right now at Charlotte Douglas, things are running smoothly. There are 3 cancellations and 60 delays as of right now.
That's been piling up over the last hour or two. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane brings us up to speed there at the airport. Richard, how are things looking?
Things are still looking the same. Ben, good morning to you. Good morning, Lisa. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Take a look. TSA, have you seen lines like this before? Ruben and I, our photojournalists, were talking this morning, just wondering, have we ever seen it this empty? Maybe on Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day, but so far, so good for people who are taking to the skies today. Here at Charlotte Douglas, officials forecast about 1.9 million passengers will arrive and depart between the 20th of November and December the 2nd, marking roughly a 10% drop from the same time period last year. Now, the busiest travel days at the airport expected to be Saturday and Sunday, which may see around 178,000 travelers, and also Monday, December the 1st. Despite the drop in total volume, the airport is still experiencing significant crowds this year. Marks the first major holiday season, if you will, since Charlotte completed its $608 million terminal lobby expansion, which features expanded security checkpoints, glass canopy lobby, and larger curb fronts. As always, experts remind anyone who plans to go by air to plan ahead.
Tempers may be short, so leave extra time for any hiccups to happen.
Plan ahead and allow extra time. Check your flight status directly with the airline. Use the CLT Airport app for parking, maps, and checkpoint wait times.
Check your patience. And just be nice.
Those are good words to say. That's good advice any time of the year. Pack your patience and just be nice. And if you could get to the airport now, you could really have no problem getting through TSA and getting to your destinations. And in case you're not off until tomorrow, just take the day off. Tell them Ben said it's okay. Ben Thompson says it's okay. Take off. And if you can't come back to work, Ben will take care of you.
You have had bad advice over the years, but that might be some of the worst I have ever heard of Richard Devane. All right, Richard, thank you. Appreciate it, man. All right, for those of you hitting the road, studies show crashes on Sunday after Thanksgiving, they jump up 65% compared to that week before. Experts recommend you leave early, avoid driving at night, and give yourself some extra space on the road. You can expect to see more police as you start your drive. Law enforcement agencies across North Carolina launching statewide click it or ticket campaigns. Officials say not wearing a seatbelt is a leading cause of traffic deaths. During last Thanksgiving week, 65% of people killed in an accident were not wearing one.
7:08 now to a breaking news update. Federal charges have been dropped against 44-year-old Heather Morrow, who was arrested by Border Patrol in connection to the incident that you see here. You may remember we first reported this to you last week. Morrow was facing charges of felony assault and resisting a federal officer. Her attorney told us federal officials mischaracterized what really happened and planned to file a lawsuit in response. We now know those charges were dismissed without prejudice. We are working to learn if they intend to move forward with the lawsuit despite the charges being dropped. Now, while we haven't seen any encounters this week, Border Patrol agents are still conducting Operation Charlotte's Web. So far, the Department of Homeland Security is reporting at least 350 arrests during the operation, which they say is far from over. However, while some people in the community are hesitant to return to their daily routines, others are getting back to normal. At the restaurant Tacos El Nevado, it was closed and has 2 locations in Charlotte. It closed temporarily while Border Patrol had a strong presence in Charlotte. It's now back open, and the manager says safety and comfort is the top priority for staff and customers.
I do think that a lot of people identify Tacos El Nevado as like a place of home, you know. It's like people come in, they enjoy our food, and they always travel back to when they were little kids, having their mom and grandma's meal. So we just want to make everyone at least give that comfort, you know, be like, it's okay to come in, enjoy the food, you know, just have a safe space here.
Now, coming up at 7:30, you'll hear from community members as they continue to press Charlotte City Council to take action to support the city's immigrant community.
This morning, a Mount Holly man waking up behind bars for sexual assault involving 3 children. Gaston County Police say 20-year-old Elijah Wilson is facing 3 counts of statutory rape. He's now being held on a $500,000 bond. If you have more information on any of these cases, you're asked to contact police, the number there on your screen. After weeks of testimony, 2 men will now spend the rest of their lives in prison for killing a Noda sandwich shop owner. A jury finding Stephen Staples and Terry Connor guilty in the 2019 murder. During closing arguments Monday, prosecutors called the crimes calculated, telling jurors the men staked out Brooks' sandwich house days before the deadly robbery. Despite defense attorneys poking holes in the case, the jury sided with the prosecution, finding both men guilty on multiple charges. The family of Scott Brooks spoke out just moments after that decision, saying that they've waited a long time for justice.
Nothing I say or do is going to bring my brother back, but we do have justice for him. And that's a long time coming. And I certainly hope this sends a message to the public that the justice system does work. And let's make it work and keep these guys off the street from harming anybody else.
Stephen Staples and Terry Connor have been sentenced to life in prison without parole. Well, today, Lucky Spot Barbershop teaming up with the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office for their 15th annual Thanksgiving dinner and turkey giveaway. Kicks off tonight at 6 p.m. at the Southview Recreation Center on Velma Street. Officials say those folks going can get a warm meal along with a sense of togetherness and community, which is great this time of year. Stick with us as you get ready to cook your turkey. Make sure you've thawed it out completely. Coming up a little bit later this morning here on WCNC Plus, we'll talk about how soon you should start so you don't end up with a cold turkey or even worse by Thursday.
A major legal battle in Washington is over for now, while a federal judge's latest decision may not be the final word.
A federal judge has thrown out criminal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. The judge ruled that President Trump's chosen prosecutor had been unlawfully appointed. A White House spokesperson says this will not be the final word on the matter. NBC's Alice Barr has more from Washington.
This morning, the Department of Justice is vowing to appeal a federal judge's ruling, throwing out the criminal charges against two of President Trump's political adversaries, former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James.
We'll be taking all available legal action, including an immediate appeal, to hold Letitia James and James Comey accountable.
The judge found that Lindsay Halligan, President Trump's hand-picked interim U.S. attorney in Virginia, was not lawfully appointed because of laws limiting how long top prosecutors can serve without Senate confirmation. Halligan, a former personal attorney to President Trump with no prior experience as a prosecutor, was the only lawyer to sign the Comey and James indictments, so the judge ruled both should be dismissed. Others in the office and Halligan's ousted predecessor found there was not enough evidence to indict. Indictments that came after President Trump pressured Attorney General Pam Bondi on social media to charge Comey and other political opponents.
Comey's a crooked guy. He has been for years.
Comey pleaded not guilty to charges related to lying to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation. He maintains the charges were political.
The message has to be sent that the President of the United States cannot use the Department of Justice to target his political enemies.
James, who previously brought civil fraud charges against President Trump, pleaded not guilty to misleading her bank to get a better mortgage rate. In a statement, she said she remains fearless in the face of what she called baseless charges. The government could seek to bring charges again, though the statute of limitations for Comey may have run out. And he and James have alleged they're the targets of selective and vindictive prosecutions. If those motions are successful, the cases could not be revived. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
U.S. and Russian officials are in Abu Dhabi as talks continue on a possible peace plan to end the war with Ukraine. This latest round of talks comes after U.S. and Ukrainian leaders negotiated the framework. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the latest proposal has proper considerations but fewer points than previous drafts. Meetings are expected to roll into the rest of the week. Diplomats are hoping this current round of discussions will lead into future high-level peace talks. This morning, Georgians are reacting after Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says she will step down in January after 5 years on Capitol Hill. News of her resignation shocked many in her district, where she began as one of the President Trump's biggest supporters, but leaves after he branded her a traitor following their public falling out.
I disagreed with a lot of the stuff she did early on in Congress. I applaud her for breaking away from the pack because that's a really hard thing to do in politics. There's just a handful of people that are brave enough to do that, so I've got to hand her that.
With just weeks left in her term, Greene's decision is sparking strong reaction across her district. She has not announced what she will do next.
Republican Senator Jim Justice of West Virginia has agreed to pay more than $5 million in back taxes. A lawsuit filed Monday said Justice and his wife owed $5.1 million in unpaid federal income taxes and interest from 2009. A later filing confirmed the Department of Justice and the couple had reached a settlement. A judge still needs to approve the agreement. This is not the first time he's had to face tax issues. Just last month, the IRS filed liens of more than $8 million. And last year, a judge ordered six of his family companies to be sold to recover debt.
Well, this morning we do have some severe weather that's pushing across Alabama, heading towards Atlanta. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to be detailing out when we could see our impacts here and why we have issued a weather alert day. Well, good morning, everyone. We have issued a weather impact alert day today because it's quiet outside right now, but we really want to prepare you for the chances of some scattered showers and even a few isolated thunderstorms set to move into our area this afternoon and tonight. This is what's happening right now on our satellite and radar. This is severe weather right here, passing across Alabama, heading straight to Atlanta. Now, we're more on that northern edge of that system. As you can see, we bring it back home. We mainly have overcast and dry conditions, maybe a few light sprinkles popping up here and there, but it's going to take a little while for that rain to reach us. Now, if you are watching in those mountain counties, you're going to get the rain a little sooner rather than later, but we're not concerned about severe weather moving into our area. That is going to stay south of us, but you can see this line right here kind of bowing out from Birmingham out towards Atlanta. That is heavy downpour rain, severe thunderstorms firing up for them this morning. So if you have plans to travel to Atlanta this morning, you might want to check your airlines. That's where severe weather will continue into the first half of the day. You can see the Storm Prediction Center has that area shaded in orange where likely we'll see the strongest storms develop today. We've decided to issue this because of the inconvenience of some active weather pushing into our area. Again, we're not concerned about any severe thunderstorms, although it's not out of the question for a couple of storms to develop. If they do, it would likely be late tonight into the early morning hours on Wednesday. So we're really focused on those travel impacts because, of course, we are now in Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Lots of people out on those roads traveling. You can see, though, this is a live camera look coming in from Lylesville. Still beautiful, even though we will have mainly cloudy skies today. It is going to be staying rather warm, and actually that could provide a little bit of fuel even into the later evening hours when those storms start to move in, because our lows tonight, they don't get cool. We're only going to see those temperatures drop down into the 60s, and oftentimes that acts as fuel for storms to start to firing up. Now, it is going to be a little breezy today. Winds moving in from the south, gusting anywhere from 20 to 25 miles an hour. Keep that in mind. Again, we're going to stay mainly dry here in Charlotte until this afternoon. That's when we will see scattered showers moving into the area. But it's really this right here. You see that clock? This is Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the morning when we could see heavy downpours, gusty winds, some thunderstorms developing across the area. The good news is it's pretty quick moving. And then back behind it, it's going to make for a beautiful Wednesday, but cooler air is ahead. We're going to be detailing out that drop in temperatures coming up. But Becca, for now, what's going on across the roads? Is this a new accident?
Yes, watching this new crash, this is going to be on the northern side of Mecklenburg County. This is I-485 on the outer loop heading westbound at Prosperity Ridge Road. Note that this camera has just froze, but it is the right-hand lane that is currently blocked due to this crash. Emergency vehicles are on the scene, so the other 3 lanes are open, but as you can see, they are a little bit packed with traffic, and I just refreshed this as well. So this is where it is on the map. That stretch of delays was extending 2 miles, but it is now past that, probably likely 3 miles, and there's no nice workaround for this as well. So just keep that in mind if that is your usual route. Also seeing some slowdowns 77 north in South Charlotte, then 85 northbound over towards Gaston County. Still have this crash in Uptown. This is at the intersection of North Church Street at West 11th. And if you are headed out South Carolina, looking a little bit better there. 77 at Harris Road. Traffic moving along nicely.
Folks, a reminder, it's our 25th annual Magical Toy Drive now underway with the Salvation Army. We need your help, and this week there's more than one ways you can do it. Of course, you can bring a new unwrapped toy to any Belk location between now and the 14th of December. But also this week, if you're going to the Checkers game Saturday, the stuffed animals from the teddy bear toss will go to the Magical Toy Drive, so make sure you take one with you to the game. And of course, you can scan that QR code on your screen to learn about other ways you can help out.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll make sure that you keep it right here on WCNC Plus. We'll be right back.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Today we are weather impact alert, not because of what's going on outside right now, but because we're preparing you for scattered showers and isolated storms moving in this afternoon and this evening. It's quiet right now across the Carolinas, but we're watching this storm system right here, bringing with it strong to severe storms moving in across Alabama, heading straight towards Atlanta this morning. We are not concerned about any severe weather for us, but we do think we'll tap into a little bit of rain. Here's about noon, areas west of I-77, watch for that. Scattered rain showers around Charlotte this afternoon. There's 3 o'clock, but really I think it's going to be overnight tonight and into Wednesday that we start to see some of those heavy downpours and possibly some thunderstorms. Becca, how are the roads? Any accidents out there on this Tuesday morning?
Traffic jam continues to set up. This is going to be in North Charlotte on I-485 on the outer loop. This is heading westbound at Prosperity Ridge Road. Note that the right lane is currently blocked by those emergency vehicles, so 3 lanes are open, but they are moving slowly right now. Delays extend close to 3 miles. This is going to be an area you'll want to avoid. Again, I-485 right near Prosperity Ridge Road now has 1 lane of traffic blocked off. Also a little bit slow, 77 northbound, South Charlotte.
Thanks for streaming live on WCNC Plus at 7:30. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson. First up this morning, your weather impact forecast. Lots of folks are going to be traveling over the next few days. Let's bring it to Majestic. And Majestic, we're weather impact alert for later on this afternoon because not anything severe, but just some annoying rain.
Inconvenient rain, especially when a lot of people will be out and about traveling today. Now this morning it's quiet and we are expecting those scattered rain showers and thunderstorms to start to move in this afternoon and tonight. So let's break down exactly what I'm watching. It's really this storm system right here. This is really bringing with it packing a punch. I mean, we're talking about strong to severe thunderstorms this morning across much of Alabama, heading towards Georgia. Once we bring it back home, we have cloudy skies right now. Few stray sprinkles, but rainy conditions are ahead from that same system. But bottom line, I need you to know that we are not concerned about any severe storms moving into our area. Rather, we've issued this because it's going to be a little convenient if you're traveling today because of the rain. There you go. It's right here. Strong thunderstorms from Birmingham heading towards Atlanta. So if you're traveling to Atlanta, keep a close eye on that weather forecast, especially if you're traveling by air. We're going to break this down for you you because severe weather threat that really stays to the south of us, especially in this area shaded in orange. That's issued by the Storm Prediction Center. So severe weather, we don't have to worry about that. But will we have wet weather? Yes, that's what we're preparing you for, but not everyone will receive it. And it still seems like the worst of it actually moves in late tonight. We'll be watching for periods of rain and really just focusing on the travel impacts, as it is going to be a very busy travel day. Here's a live look outside. Not a bad start to our Tuesday there in Lylesville, where we do have cloudy conditions. Temperatures here, you can see about 59 degrees out there in Hickory for your high today. Low 70s in Charlotte. And notice our planner, cloudy conditions but staying dry. That's specifically for Charlotte. And then those rain chances, they're still going to be there early into the afternoon. Spotty shower chances really at any point this morning, any point this afternoon. But when we're talking about more impactful rain, more widespread rain, possibly some storms, that'll likely move in right around midnight tonight and into the very early morning hours of Wednesday. Some rumbles of thunderstorms might wake you up, might wake up your kids, maybe your dogs. But the good news is it's a pretty quick moving system. And again, it does not have a severe weather element to it. It's going to be a little breezy today. Winds moving in from the south, gusting anywhere from 20 to 25 miles an hour. No winds outside quite yet, but those winds start to pick up as we're heading into the afternoon and evening. So here's around noon. So if you live in a county that's west of I-77, or if you're traveling that way, this is where the rain first starts to pick up. Once we head into that 3 o'clock time frame, it kind of starts to taper off. It's going to be just kind of all over the place, calling this scattered rain. Then we have a bit of a break. This is 7 o'clock tonight. Still not bad, but I really think it's going to be this right here, this batch of rain could bring in, yes, wet weather, but also some thunderstorm activity. And a big reason for this is because we don't have a lot of cooling overnight. It's going to stay rather warm with temperatures into the 60s. That could tap into some fuel for those storms to fire up. But back behind it, Wednesday actually looks pretty nice, other than a few sprinkles early in the day. There's that planner for your weather alert. Again, pretty mild for the first half of our day, but we will be weather alert for the afternoon and evening because of this active weather moving in. We're going to break down your 7-day forecast and your full Thanksgiving Day forecast coming up. But for now, Becca, let's get a check on those roads.
I have an update on that crash in North Charlotte on I-45 on the outer loop heading westbound at Prosperity Ridge Road. Well, it has cleared officially to the shoulder, but look how slow moving traffic is getting by. So still emergency vehicles there. Definitely want to heed them and slow down with it on the shoulder, but traffic is starting to improve. That being said, though, the delays are stretching past 3 miles. So this will slowly start to improve. You'll just have to hold on to some patience out there. Live view across the area. It is a little bit slow. Usual spot 85 northbound Gaston County. Also the inner loop of I-45 over towards Matthews. A couple of crashes out there, including this one in the southern part of Mecklenburg County, Johnston Road. An incident being reported at I-45 there. And zooming out, hey, if you're hitting the roads on 85, note that'll be good if you're headed from Concord into the Mecklenburg County area. York County also looking good this morning as well.
Becca, thanks. 7:35 now. While we haven't heard of any reports of encounters this week, Border Patrol agents are still conducting Operation Charlotte's Web. The Department of Homeland Security is reporting at least 350 arrests during the operation, which they say is far from over. Now, community members are calling on Charlotte City Council to support immigrants during Border Patrol's deployment. This request comes on top of a city program launched to provide emergency funds to those households that have been impacted. Now, while many have praised the program, WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay explains some organizations still want to see more.
This is the first day people can apply for a portion of the $100,000 in emergency funds. This is intended to help people pay utility bills or rent if they've been impacted by the economic disruption, as we've seen businesses close after just over a week of this deployment. Crisis Assistance Ministry will oversee the program and work with 4 community organizations to determine the families in need. City Manager Marcus Jones says it's consistent with the city's past responses to crises like the COVID-19 pandemic. But as Border Patrol doubles down that they're here to stay, one organization urged council to do more.
We support the decision to administer that fund through trusted community organizations. We hope that you will consider adding additional funding as needed.
Also addressing Border Patrol, Councilman-elect J.D. Mezuero Arias. He will soon represent District 5, an area heavily impacted by this deployment. He praised council's work so far and emphasized that statements are not enough.
Our residents know what local government can and cannot do. But they also expect us to show up, not just with statements, but with presence.
This is the last full meeting of this council. The new members, including Arias, will get sworn in next Monday. In Uptown, Julie Kay, WCNC Charlotte.
Well, this morning, the mayor of Hickory is pushing back on federal activity in the area. The mayor released a statement. It reads in part, "We are stronger because of our diversity, not in spite of it. The Latino community is an essential part of Hickory's identity, contributing to our economy, enriching our culture, and helping to build the vibrant, welcoming city we all cherish." We will continue to keep an eye out for any updates when it comes to immigration enforcement. Make sure you download WCNC Plus on your favorite streaming device for the latest developments and how they're impacting the community.
New this morning right here on WCNC Plus. Charlotte City Council finalizing its appointments to the newly created Metropolitan Transit Authority Board. Last night, council members voting to fill its 3 remaining seats. Katrina Young, Cam Pruitt, Corian Mack, all appointed to the 27-person board, which will oversee major transportation projects over the next 3 decades. Each member of the board will serve 4-year terms with 2-year limits, or 2-term limits. The board was created after voters passed that sales tax referendum earlier this month. Well, one of the suspects connected to the shooting at the Concord Christmas tree lighting ceremony now being held without bond. This video shows families running for safety in the moments after shots were fired Friday. In court Monday, Kavion Bostic was denied bond. 2 other suspects remain in the hospital. It's top of mind as Charlotte gets ready for its next big holiday event tomorrow, the annual Novant Health Thanksgiving Eve Parade, a tradition that brings out tens of thousands of people along Tryon Street in Uptown. Event leaders say they are working with police to make sure everybody is safe.
And we've got great security. We've got an event consultant that works with us directly. She is in charge of all the security that happens here. She's in complete communication with CMPD, the fire department. We're watching what's happening.
Concord leaders say businesses are ready to move forward. They look forward to welcoming people this Saturday for Small Business Saturday there in downtown Concord.
7:38 now. Richard Childress Racing is considering taking legal action against NASCAR. This comes after the revelation of several text messages, one of which NASCAR President Steve Phelps called Childress, a former NASCAR driver, a derogatory name. The messages were disclosed as part of an ongoing federal antitrust lawsuit. In a statement, Richard Childress Racing said the organization is deeply disappointed by the insensitive and defamatory statements made about Mr. Childress. We have reached out to NASCAR for a response and have yet to hear back.
Right now, a 17-year-old facing charges in the shooting death of a Lancaster man. Deputies say Ramon Payat approached 29-year-old DeQuindrick Blackman outside a home on Springdale Road early Sunday morning and shot him. Blackman later died at the hospital. The teen now facing a murder charge and being held without bond. The York County Sheriff's Office says a person of interest is now in custody this morning following a deadly shooting. It happened Sunday night at Lakeview Apartments in Fort Mill. Investigators say 28-year-old Damian Crandell was shot 3 times and died at the scene. Officials have identified the person of interest, but we are not releasing that name since so far no formal charges have been filed.
Gaston County WIC is expanding hours to help more families access nutrition services. Starting this month, Saturday pop-up clinics will be available. The program helps pregnant, breastfeeding, and postpartum women and their children get healthy groceries. Remote appointments and breastfeeding classes, both in person and in line, are also available, including Spanish language options. In addition, WIC participants can access fresh local produce through the Farmers Market Nutrition Program. Well, big news for Western North Carolina. Governor Stein says GE Aerospace is expanding in Ashe County, adding 44 new jobs and investing more than $52 million. The facility makes crucial parts for commercial and military aircraft engines. New roles will include machinists, inspectors, and engineers. It's being funded by a state grant of $100,000. All right, let's talk about Thanksgiving now. Turkeys may be the star of the Thanksgiving meal, but farmers have been feeling the squeeze. Could this be the year consumers escape the impact? We'll explain. The time is now 7:43. Turkeys will be the centerpiece of millions of Thanksgiving tables, but turkey farmers have faced multiple challenges in recent years. Karen Kaifa looks at where farmers have felt the squeeze and why some consumers might not this year.
Thanksgiving's coming up, and so we raised about 1,000 turkeys.
As Thanksgiving draws closer, the focus at Whiffletree Farm shifts from the pasture to the store.
All right, Erica, here is that 12 to 13.9. Yeah, all paid for you, all good to go.
And founder and farmer Jesse Straight says this year is close to a sellout.
There's a lot of demand now, and then no demand later, because no one eats whole turkeys after Thanksgiving. So it's sort of now or never.
Making the Thanksgiving rush a priority. Straight doesn't sell to a big buyer. His customers are primarily perennial locals to his farm stand and local restaurants in Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. But farmers big and small face similar line items in their budgets, with labor at the top.
A lot of human touch with our turkeys, and that's our greatest expense. The feed is also another big expense, infrastructure like the mobile houses, the tractor, etc. And then processing would be the next thing.
Economist Faith Parham of the American Farm Bureau Federation says rising costs have put a squeeze on all farmers.
Things like labor cost, fertilizer, machinery, all of those things have just been driven up and up and up.
And turkey farmers in particular have struggled with avian flu in recent years, squeezing supplies for consumers. But Parham says this Thanksgiving, their survey points to a more than 16% drop from 2024 in consumer prices for 16-pound frozen turkeys at supermarkets and grocery stores, despite higher wholesale prices.
Turkey farmers are battling highly pathogenic avian influenza, and so they're still having a tough time with lower supplies, but grocery stores are really offering great coupons and deals to keep that turkey affordable this year.
For small family farmers like Straight, who sell pasture-raised birds directly to consumers, however,
we think, like, for the good work we're doing, this is a steal. And but yeah, if you're hunting for a bargain, we're not your person.
Meaning the cost of putting turkey on the table can depend upon a consumer's tastes. In Warrenton, Virginia, I'm Karen Kaifa.
AAA predicting more than 82 million people will hit the road for Thanksgiving, traveling at least 50 miles from home. And while it's expected to be the busiest time of year, drivers are keeping a close eye on gas prices. Take a look. In North Carolina, the state average is about $2.78 a gallon, although you can get it cheaper than that in the eastern part of the state. Nationally, the average sits higher at $3.69 a gallon, but for many, the cost won't stop them from making the trip home. Well, you know Black Friday and Cyber Monday. How about Travel Tuesday? It falls a week from today. Experts say it's the biggest day of the year for travel deals, with discounts on flights, cruises, hotels, vacation packages, you name it. Some hotel chains offering up half off, and resorts like Great Wolf Lodge slashing prices for one-day flash sales. Travel Tuesday deals won't last long. Many are only available for 24 hours and may require promo codes, so make sure you search for those. If you're hoping to give the gift of travel, preparation key to scoring the best bargains.
Americans are tightening their wallets this holiday shopping season. The new Deloitte survey shows shoppers plan to spend 4% less on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Many point to higher living costs and worries about the economy. Now, that's a big shift from the last 4 years when spending was expected to rise. The survey of 1,200 consumers also found people across income levels are feeling the pinch from inflation.
A holiday favorite about to get a surprising twist. Krispy Kreme teaming up with Peanuts. Stick with us to see what sweet treats they unveil.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a WCNC Weather Impact Alert Day. It's quiet outside right now, but by this afternoon and especially by tonight, we're going to start to see more rain showers move in, even a few thunderstorms. But we've issued this not because of our concern of severe weather, but we know a lot of people will be out on those roads traveling today, so it's going to be a bit of an inconvenience for some. Live camera look coming in all over. We have cloudy skies from Charlotte out towards Lake Norman, and this is what we're continuing to follow. This is a storm system that's bringing with it strong to severe thunderstorms, mainly across Alabama and Georgia this morning. Once we bring it back home, we have cloudy conditions, a few stray showers, and if you're in the mountain counties, you're going to start to see more rain push in here soon. It's mainly going to stay west of I-77 for a while and then eventually heading the Charlotte metro area later on today. But this thing is really packing a punch. Strong thunderstorms, severe weather between really Birmingham, Alabama, and Atlanta, Georgia right now. So if you have any plans to be traveling out that way, whether you're on the roads or you're up in the sky, keep a close eye on that forecast because this has really been the watch spot this morning. We're on that northern edge of it, so that severe weather threat really drops once it hits the Carolinas. That is good news for us, but still some inconvenient weather if you're planning on hitting those area roadways today. Let's time this out for you. Here's about noon today, so you can see west of I-77, you're going to start to see those rain showers first. And then here's 3 o'clock in the afternoon where we do still have some shower activity, but not everyone receives it at this point. This is not a widespread heavy rain event. Again, we're mainly just focusing on the rainy conditions and the impacts that it will have on those roads. I do still think that this is going to be the worst of it overnight tonight and into the early morning hours on Wednesday. I mean, I'm talking about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. That's when we could see some stronger storms push across our area. Could be a little loud, maybe waking you up, your family up. The good news is it's a pretty quick moving system. Back behind it on Wednesday will be beautiful sunny skies, mild conditions. Notice those rain chances. They will continue to go up the later we progress throughout the night. Notice even after midnight, we could have some rain right here in Charlotte. Back behind that front, though, we have a secondary front that's really going to start to tap into that cooler air. Wednesday should be an all right day as far as those temperatures go. But then once we head into Thanksgiving, look at those temperatures. This is 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, waking up to 20s and 30s, 24 degrees in Boone, and even our daytime highs, they're going to struggle to warm, with many of us only topping off into the 40s and 50s between Thursday and Saturday, really into Sunday and Monday, but starting to see that gradual warming trend. It's not just our highs, but especially our lows going to get cold with a hard freeze expected this weekend. And then for Thanksgiving in general, there you go, your forecast. It starts out chilly, so if you're somebody who likes to get out there, maybe you're frying a turkey, you're smoking a turkey, you're going to want those layers, but it is going to be rather beautiful. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Stay close to our weather team. We'll keep you up to date with our weather impact alert forecast throughout our Tuesday. Becca, what's the latest out on those roads?
Traffic really starting to improve from that earlier crash in North Charlotte on I-45. Outer loop heading westbound at Prosperity Ridge Road. Note that all lanes of traffic are open. That crash is on the shoulder, but it is still very slow moving. Stop and go traffic can be expected for about 2 miles. So previously, about 10 to 15 minutes ago, this was a stretch of delays about 3 miles. So we are starting to see this slowly improve, but still expect some delays if that is your usual route. In addition, tracking a couple of other crashes out there, including this one. This is going to be over towards Quail Hollow Road. An incident being reported at Glen Eagles. You can see a little bit of yellow there indicating some slowdowns. And then zooming out, big picture, also monitoring some slowdowns. I-77 northbound if you're headed from York inbound into Mecklenburg County.
Well, folks, the holiday season is here, and so is the magical toy drive. We're talking about 25 years now, and WCNC Charlotte is once again teaming up with the Salvation Army to get some gifts under the tree for local families. This week, there are several ways that you can help. We know so many of you often donate to this. We hope you do this year as well. You can bring any new unwrapped toy to any Charlotte area Belk between now and December 14th. Also, if you are going to the Checkers game this Saturday, the stuffed animals from the Teddy Bear Toss will go to the magical toy drive. So if you headed to the game, make sure that you take a teddy bear with you to toss on the ice after the Checkers score their first goal. Now you can also scan that QR code that you see there on the right side of your screen to find out about other ways to donate.
North Carolina-based Krispy Kreme and Peanuts teaming up for the holidays. The donut shop's going to sell tasty treats honoring Charlie Brown and Snoopy starting this Saturday, November 29th.
You can see the Charlie Brown ornament and Snoopy cookies and cream donuts. I love it. Krispy Kreme also adding a new Christmas wreath donut and bringing back the Santa Belly and holiday sprinkles. Now you can buy this collection at participating shops or online. So yummy, right?
You know they'll be good.
I love the themes whenever they change it up throughout the year. It's always a little bit more fun than the original.
Oh, but don't knock the original.
I think that they're good, but
the
they're
original.
cuter than the original.
Sure, they're fun and festive.
Yeah.
Like
If someone could pick it up before the morning shift,
even better.
we'd much appreciate it if anyone was listening. Thank you.
Live pictures right now from our WCNC Tower Cam over Uptown right now. Keep it right here on WCNC Plus. We're back after this.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone. Today is a WCNC weather impact alert day, not because of what's going on outside this morning, but because we're preparing you for scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms that'll start to develop mainly this afternoon and this evening. We have a few spotty showers out there right now, but really we're watching this system that's just to the south of us, bringing with it heavy downpour rain, strong to severe thunderstorms between Birmingham, Alabama, and really heading straight towards Atlanta. So if you are traveling that way, keep a close eye on the forecast, both on the roads and also keep a close eye on the sky too, as we do have the stronger storms forming now. For us, though, we'll start to see those rain showers this afternoon and tonight, especially into the overnight hours. We'll have more on WCNC Plus coming up. But Becca, how are the roads locally? Any big problems this morning?
Yes, still monitoring this crash that has now cleared to the shoulder on Outer Loop westbound at Prosperity Ridge Road. But you can see just how jam-packed it is, even with all lanes of traffic still open. So right now, delays are extending about 2 miles. So just keep in mind some stop and go traffic will likely add 10 to 15 extra minutes to that morning commute. Also seeing some slowdowns over towards the inner loop of I-45 near Matthews.
Streaming live right now at 8 a.m. right here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington. We need to get to your forecast on this Tuesday. A lot of people are going to be traveling. We have a weather impact alert day for the second half of the day. Majestic is here to explain.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's pretty quiet right now, but we are getting you ready for some active weather moving in this afternoon and this evening. That's why we have issued this WCNC weather impact alert. Bottom line, we do not think we'll have any severe thunderstorms. We mainly issued this because we know a lot of people will be out on the roads traveling today, and you may be impacted by some wet area roadways starting this afternoon with possible thunderstorms by tonight. So really the focus will be on the weather and how it will impact your travel. Here's a system that we're really watching very carefully. It's packing a punch, bringing severe storms with it. For us, we're not seeing much around the area. That's good news for us. If you're heading out the door early this morning, you shouldn't have any issues. We do have cloudy conditions, a few spotty showers popping up, but really this is the system that we'll continue to watch between Birmingham, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia. You can see that line right there. That is strong to severe thunderstorms, and that thing is racing, bringing with it strong damaging winds, heavy downpours, and frequent lightning. Now that is where the severe weather threat will stay today, especially in this area shaded in orange. For us, again, we're not concerned about severe weather, so you don't have to be worried about that. We just know we'll have some rain as we're heading throughout the day today. Live camera look coming in from Lylesville. It is going to be a rather cloudy day, but temperatures will still warm up just fine. There's a look at our afternoon highs, low 70s today in Charlotte, mid 70s for Lancaster, and mainly cloudy skies, staying mainly dry for the first half of our day in Charlotte, and then starting to tap into some of that moisture. Now, if you're going to be west of I-77, this is noon, and this is when you'll already start to see periods of rain. And then once we fast forward, this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, still holding on to cloudy conditions, but some of those rain showers start to move in right around the Charlotte metro area. Here's 7 o'clock tonight. This will be a good time where there's not a lot of rain at all, but we're not done overnight tonight. I'm talking about 1 o'clock in the morning Wednesday. That's when a few of these storms are going to fire up. So we could have heavy downpours, some rumbles of thunder, even some lightning strikes. And here's a catch. We have warm overnight lows. Temperatures tonight only dropping down into the 60s, so that actually provides fuel for those overnight storms. It'll be quick moving though, and then by Wednesday it's going to be clearing out very nicely with sunny skies and 70-degree temperatures. Coming up in just a few minutes, I'll be back here detailing out the cooler weather ahead, how cold it's going to be on our Thanksgiving morning. Becca, how are the roads? Is it picking up so far yet?
Yeah, it is definitely busy out there, and if you are headed out for a travel Tuesday, we've got a couple of interstate crashes as well. It is looking good though over towards York County, so 77, especially over towards Gold Hill, running just a little bit slow, but nothing compared to what we normally see for a weekday morning commute. This is the crash I was mentioning on the I-45 outer loop heading westbound at Prosperity Ridge Road. It does appear that the emergency vehicle is now blocking one half of that lane on that right-hand side there. The shoulder is also blocked as well. As you can see, traffic is moving very slowly because of it, and delays are only continuing to shrink. Right now, I'd say only a stretch of about a mile, so stop and go traffic can be expected, but this is really starting to improve there. Now, we got a couple of other incidents out there, especially this one over towards East Charlotte. This one just on the board, Sharon Amity Road heading southbound at Amity Place.
Breaking news right now on WCNC Plus in Concord. North Carolina Highway Patrol looking for a person of interest after a late night speed enforcement stop on I-85 turned deadly. Troopers say they clocked a red Camaro going 111 miles an hour near Bruton Smith Boulevard around 11 last night. When they tried to pull over the driver, that person took off, ran a red light on George Lyles Parkway, and slammed into another car. That car burst into flames, killing the driver. The person in the Camaro ran from the scene and has not been found. Troopers believe that driver may have been impaired. Well, the busy travel season now underway. From the roads to the sky, make sure you pack your patience, folks. According to AAA, 6 million U.S. travelers are expected to take domestic flights over the upcoming holiday.
Right now at Charlotte Douglas this morning, things are running smoothly. No cancellations right now, and we understand there are just 6 delays.
WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane now live at the airport with more on one of the busiest travel days of the year. Richard.
Yeah, so far we're not seeing the busy airport here at Charlotte Douglas. Let me step out of the way, let you take a look. The lines are really short. TSA lines are really short, as you can well imagine. Normally you think they start to get big or longer, I should say, not bigger, longer. But that should happen a little bit later on. But so far today, things are looking good. Now, all this is, we're expecting, Charlotte Douglas says, about 1.9 million folks to travel during this Thanksgiving period. They say that basically they're expecting that, which would be, when you consider what happened last year, a 10% drop from the same time frame. The busiest travel days that we're expecting here at Charlotte Douglas are going to be Saturday and Sunday, which may see as many as 178,000 air travelers, and that Monday also. Next Monday, despite the drop in volume, the airport says it's still expecting significant crowds this year. This marks the first major time travel period since the airport completed its $608 million terminal lobby expansion, which features expanded security checkpoints. Now 3 security checkpoints have expanded the number of security checkpoint gates from, I think it was 15 to 21 is a new number, we've been told. And also the lobby expansion has that glass canopy and a larger curb front for passengers when you pull up to the airport. As always, the most important thing whenever you travel is to take your time and plan ahead.
Tempers may be short, so leave extra time for any hiccups to happen.
Plan ahead and allow extra time. Check your flight status directly with the airline. Use the CLT Airport app for parking, maps, and checkpoint wait times.
Check your patience. And just be nice.
And just be nice and make sure you have enough games and toys and not as much candy for the little ones, just so they can enjoy themselves as well. There's a reason I said that. Anyway, we'll send it back to you guys. We're here at Charlotte Douglas. Back to you.
All right, safe travels to everybody out there. Richard, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Well, for those of you hitting the road, studies show crashes on the Sunday after Thanksgiving jumped 65% compared to the week before. Experts recommend you leave early when you can, avoid driving at night, and always give yourself some extra space on the road. You can expect to see more police as you start your drive. Law enforcement agencies across North Carolina launching a statewide Click It or Ticket campaign. Officials say not wearing a seatbelt is the leading cause of traffic deaths. During last Thanksgiving week, 65% of people killed in an accident were not wearing one.
8:07 now to a breaking news update. Federal charges have been dropped against 44-year-old Heather Morrow, who was arrested by Border Patrol in connection to the incident that you see here. We told you about this last week. Morrow was facing charges of felony assault and resisting a federal officer. Her attorney told us federal officials mischaracterized what really happened and plan to file a lawsuit in response. We now know those charges were dismissed without prejudice. We're working to learn if they intend to move forward with the lawsuit despite the charges being dropped. Now, while we haven't seen any encounters this week, Border Patrol agents are still conducting Operation Charlotte's Web here in the Queen City. So far, the Department of Homeland Security is reporting at least 350 arrests during the operation, which they say is far from over. While some people in the community are still hesitant to return to their daily routines, others are getting back to normal. One of those restaurants is Tacos El Nevado. The restaurant, which has 2 locations in Charlotte, closed its doors for a week while Border Patrol had a strong presence in the city. They are now back open. A manager says safety and comfort is the top priority for staff and customers.
I do think that a lot of people identify Tacos El Nevado as like a place of home, you know. It's like people come in, they enjoy our food, and they always travel back to when they were little kids, having their mom and grandma's meal. So we just want to make everyone at least give that comfort, you know, be like, it's okay to come in, enjoy the food, you know, just have a safe space here.
Later this morning, you'll hear from community members as they continue to press Charlotte City Council to take action to support the city's immigrant community.
This morning, a Mount Holly man waking up behind bars for sexual assault involving 3 children. Gaston County Police say 20-year-old Elijah Wilson is facing 3 counts of statutory rape. He's now being held on a $500,000 bond. If you have any information related to the case, contact that number there on your screen. After weeks of testimony, 2 men will now spend the rest of their lives in prison for killing a No-Doh sandwich shop owner. A jury finding Stephen Staples and Terry Connor guilty in the 2019 murder. During closing arguments Monday, prosecutors called the crime calculated. telling jurors the men staked out Brooks' sandwich house days before the deadly robbery. Despite defense attorneys poking holes in the case, the jury sided with the prosecution, finding both men guilty on multiple charges. The family of Scott Brooks spoke out moments after that decision, saying that they've waited a long time for justice.
Nothing I say or do is going to bring my brother back, but we do have justice for him. And that's a long time coming. And I certainly hope this sends a message to the public that the justice system does work. And let's make it work and keep these guys off the street from harming anybody else.
Stephen Staples and Terry Connor have been sentenced to life in prison without parole. 8:10 today. Lucky Barbershop teaming up with the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office for their annual 15th annual Thanksgiving dinner and turkey giveaway. Kicks off tonight, 6 p.m. at the Southview Recreation Center on Vilma Street. Officials say attendees can get a warm meal along with a sense of togetherness and community. Stick with us as you get ready to cook your turkey. Make sure you thawed it out completely. Coming up a little bit later here this morning on WCNC Plus, we'll talk about how soon you should start so you don't end up with a cold turkey or worse come the holiday.
As we head to break, here is an exclusive shopping deal for our viewers.
Hey, our team tests products every day. We only bring you the winners, and this one is super important because it's about protecting your private information. I have spent years reporting on this and teaching you how to protect yourself, and this product really helps you do that. It's called the ID Defender Premium Stamp Roller Kit, and what it does is it uses patented technology to mask your address. So you can roll through and look, I'm comfortable holding this private information up because you cannot see past it when you use it. Did you know, I just printed out this fake document, when you use a Sharpie on something to cross out your name, your address, all that, a scammer can literally hold it up to the light and actually still be able to read it, but not with this. You roll it through like that, done. You hold this up, a scammer cannot get that information, and you get a 3-pack of these, okay? You get 1,600 uses, which is pretty incredible, and I'm just gonna show you some other documents too. A personal check, Florida vehicle identification card. Again, very comfortable showing you all this because this stuff works and I want you to use it because it does protect yourself. Normally this is $47.97 for a 3-pack kit. Today, a deal, $24.97. One of our biggest deals to date, 48% off. I urge you to go get it. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to shoptvdeals.com.
7:15 now, a federal judge dismissed the indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York's Attorney General Letitia James.
The court found President Donald Trump's appointment of the prosecutor in these cases was invalid. Maribel Gonzalez breaks down the ruling and what could come next.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence.
A federal judge has dismissed the indictments against former FBI Director James Comey, accused of lying to Congress 5 years ago, and New York Attorney General Letitia James, accused of mortgage fraud. Both had pleaded not guilty to the charges, which James today called baseless. The court ultimately ruling the appointment of Lindsay Halligan as interim U.S. attorney in these cases was unlawful because she wasn't confirmed by the Senate. The White House disagrees.
But the Department of Justice will be appealing very soon, and it is our position that Lindsay Halligan is extremely qualified for this position, but more importantly, was legally appointed to it.
Halligan, a former White House advisor, was selected for the role after the Trump administration pushed out the previous interim U.S. attorney amid increasing pressure to bring cases against Comey and James.
The Justice Department failed to take the steps necessary after the 120 days of her interim appointment ended to make her a lawful U.S. Attorney General. So this is not a shocking decision by this court, and in fact, I would say it was anticipated.
Comey and James's case were dismissed without prejudice, meaning the cases could be refiled. But the court acknowledges that for Comey, such a move may not be possible since the statute of limitations for his charges has passed. I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
U.S. and Russian officials are in Abu Dhabi as talks continue on a possible peace plan to end the war with Ukraine. This latest round of talks comes after U.S. and Ukrainian leaders negotiated the framework. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the latest proposal has proper considerations but fewer points than previous drafts. Meetings are expected to roll into the rest of the week. The diplomats are hoping this current round of discussions will lead into future higher-level peace talks. This morning, Georgians are reacting after Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says she will step down in January after 5 years on Capitol Hill. News of her resignation shocked many in her district, where she began as one of the president's biggest supporters. But she leaves after he branded her a traitor following their public fallout.
I disagreed with a lot of the stuff she did early on in Congress. I applaud her for breaking away from the pack because that's a really hard thing to do in politics. There's just a handful of people that are brave enough to do that, so I've got to hand her that.
With just weeks left in her term, Greene's decision is sparking some strong reaction across her district. She has not announced what she will do next. Majestic?
Well, overnight lows tonight are only dropping down into the low 60s, so a rather warm start to the day tomorrow. But then look at those bitter cold temperatures on the way. Multiple nights in a row with below freezing temperatures. We'll have more on the cooler air moving in straight ahead. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up and joining us. Today we have issued a WCNC weather impact alert day, not because of the weather outside this morning, but because by this afternoon and especially by tonight, we'll start to see rain showers move in and the possibility of a few storms. We know it's a very busy day for travel, so you may be impacted by the weather at times today. Right now, we're off to a quiet start to the day. It's 55 degrees and cloudy right now in Charlotte, 50 degrees there in Boone, upper 40s there in Monroe, but we want to start preparing you for what's to come on this weather alert day. We know we will see some scattered showers and thunderstorms push through the area, especially this afternoon and tonight. We're really focused on the traveling impacts. We are not concerned about any severe weather. We just know a lot of people will be out and about traveling today, and rain showers are on the way. Here's a system that we've had our eyes on really since yesterday. It's a strong storm system bringing with it strong to severe thunderstorms to the south of us. Once we bring it back home, we have cloudy conditions right now, few stray showers. We'll start to see a little bit of this rain push off to the north and to the east, impacting our mountain counties really by mid-morning. But this is really the storm system that's bringing with it strong to severe storms between Birmingham to Atlanta. We're talking about strong damaging winds. Those storms are moving very, very fast, heading straight into Atlanta right now. And that's where the severe weather threat will stay today. So south of us. We don't have concerns about that back home, but we know that rain is on the way. We're going to be tapping into that by about noon. Most areas west of I-77, you'll have some scattered rain showers. By about 3 o'clock, some spotty shower activity right around Charlotte, but this is not going to be widespread heavy rain all throughout the day today. Do keep that in mind, even periods of time where we don't have any rain at all. And then overnight tonight and into early Wednesday morning, here's 1 o'clock in the morning. That's going to be our best time to see some stronger storms form, heavy downpours, rumbles of thunder, even some lightning strikes. But the good news is it's going to be out of here before we know it. Wednesday afternoon will be beautiful if you're doing any traveling then. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking about that chilly Thanksgiving Day forecast, but the nice sunshine that's returning as well. Becca, how are the roads this morning? Are we seeing more activity out there?
Good news to report, as that crash that I've been mentioning for the past half hour has officially cleared. I-45 outer loop heading westbound at Prosperity Ridge Road. This was previously blocking the right-hand shoulder, but now it's not something that you have to worry about. Traffic moving a lot better as well. Previously was seeing a stretch of delays extending about a mile. Let's look outside I-77 at Harris Road over towards York County. Also looking good as well, both those north and southbound lanes. Right now, just a couple of incidents out there, but overall traffic really starting to improve across the greater Charlotte area. So if you are headed out for travel Tuesday, you'll be in good hands. Right now, Glen Eagles Road, there is an incident at Quail Hollow Road that you'll want to know about.
Hi, this is Ray Sprinkle. Time for a Tuesday Tailwagging along with our friends at Animal Care and Control. This time last week featured Cookie. Cookie, that sweetheart, is still there, still waiting for a forever home. Let's bring on today's Tailwagger, the big guy. This is Smokey. Smokey is right around 8 years old, weighs somewhere from about 60 to 63 pounds. A great dog, well-behaved, loves to be outside, but he's better inside, close to his forever home, which hopefully we find maybe today. He's trait motivated, knows lots of commands, just a really well-behaved dog. Better if he's the only dog in the household. His name is Smokey. He's available today at Animal Care and Control. They're open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, both days, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, he's lip smacking good. He weighs about 60 pounds. He's 8 years old. His name is Smokey, and he's our very special Tuesday Tailwagger.
Folks, the holiday season is here, and so is our 25th Magical Toy Drive. WCNC Charlotte teaming up with the Salvation Army to get kids lots of gifts this holiday season. And this week there are more ways that you can help. Of course, you can bring any new unwrapped toy to the Charlotte area Belk locations between now and December 14th. But this week at the Charlotte Checkers game on Saturday, the stuffed animals from the teddy bear toss will go to the Magical Toy Drive. So if you're going, make sure you take a teddy bear with you. You can also scan the QR code on the screen to learn about other ways you can help.
Well, we are going to take a quick break right now, but make sure that you keep it right here on WCNC Plus. We'll be back with today's top headlines, streaming live at 8:30.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone. Today is a WCNC weather impact alert day, and it's not because of the weather outside right now, but we're anticipating more scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in this afternoon and tonight that may impact some of that traveling. You can see our Doppler radar right here looks just fine. We have some stronger storms to the south of us, and we're suspecting that right around noon, areas west of I-77, you'll start to see those rain showers. Scattered showers through 3 o'clock this afternoon, a bit of a break after dinner time. And then another round moves in overnight, and that's when we could see some isolated thunderstorms. No severe weather threat for us today, though. We are weather impact alert throughout the afternoon and evening, so stay close to our weather team. Thanksgiving morning is going to be chilly, waking up in the 30s with highs only into the mid-50s. Becca, how are the roads?
Looking pretty good out there. Really, one of the only slow spots is going to be close to Uptown on I-77 at West Boulevard. This is close to the John Belk. There you go. You can see traffic moving just a little bit slowly, but otherwise we've got lots more green than red out there. So if you're headed out for Travel Tuesday, you'll be in good shape. Do have this active crash, what I'll let you know of Harris Houston Road at the intersection of Pavilion Boulevard.
Thanks for streaming live on WCNC Plus at 8:30. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson. First up, a look at your weather impact forecast. It's okay out there right now, but Majestic joins us right now. We're weather impact alert for later today, specifically for folks traveling.
Travel impacts is what we'll be watching. Scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, especially this afternoon and tonight. Right now, it's not too bad out there. Not the most beautiful start to a Tuesday, but temperatures remain very mild. We're seeing mainly a mix of upper 40s, low to mid 50s. Heading into the afternoon, still planned for cloudy but warm weather with temperatures rising back into the 70s. We are weather alert today, especially this afternoon and tonight. We'll be watching for periods of rain, and the main focus will be those travel impacts. Now, we issued this not because we're concerned about severe storms, also not because we think we're going to have widespread heavy rainfall, a washout, nothing like that. We've issued it simply because we know a lot of people will be traveling and we know we'll have some active weather, really most of it being rain. The system to the south of us, though, this is very strong. We're seeing it pass across Alabama straight into Georgia. We're seeing strong to severe thunderstorms really making their way way right to Atlanta right now. We're on that northern edge of it, but the Storm Prediction Center still has that threat for severe storms to the south of us, especially as we're looking towards Alabama. Now for us, we're going to be tapping into some of that moisture come right about mid-morning, early afternoon for areas west of I-77. So if you're in one of our mountain counties, you need to be ready for rainy conditions a little earlier. If you're traveling this way, this is where the rain's going to be moving in first. Once we fast forward into the afternoon, there's 3 o'clock, still some scattered showers popping up here and there. Even around dinner time or so, there will be several hours where we don't have any rain. But then watch this into the overnight hours tonight and into early Wednesday morning. I'm talking about overnight while most of us are asleep, 1 o'clock in the morning. That's when we're watching this right here. Isolated storms possible to develop right around our area, bringing with it heavy downpour rain. But even with that, we don't have any concerns with it being severe weather, just some stormy conditions throughout the overnight hours. Heading out the door on Wednesday, we'll wake up to a little bit of cloud coverage, spotty showers not out of the question, and then everything clears out very nicely. Live camera look right now coming in from Lylesville. It is cloudy, but not too bad of a start to our Tuesday. High temperatures today, 50s to the northwest of Charlotte. Otherwise, most of us will still climb into the 70s. Cloudy skies throughout the majority of our day and staying mainly dry here in Charlotte until late tonight. That's when those rain chances really start to pick up. Coming up in just a few minutes, we have to talk about our Thanksgiving Day forecast, whether or not the stormy weather will stick around and what those temperatures will look like as well. Becca, how are the roads? Anything new that people need to know about?
Not at all. We are moving and grooving out there. Traffic has been slowly starting to improve as we get closer to that 9 o'clock hour. Live view from I-77 at Clayton Road. Normally this time of day it is jam-packed with traffic, so not nearly as dense as it normally is for a weekday. You can see that reflected in lots of green, more green than red out there. Do still have a couple of crashes that may slow you down. This one is actually a road blockage on Chancellor Park Drive heading westbound. This is near Highway 24 and Chancellor Park Drive as well. In addition, a little bit up to the north, Harris-Houston Road still have that active crash at Pavilion Boulevard. Right now, drive times Matthews to uptown Charlotte on Independence will take about 21 minutes. Salisbury on 85, 50, Waxhaw 39, and Belmont about 24 minutes.
Approaching 8:34 now. While we haven't heard any reports of any encounters this week, Border Patrol agents are still conducting Operation Charlotte's Web. The Department of Homeland Security is reporting at least 350 arrests during the operation, which they say is far from over. Now, community members are calling on Charlotte City Council to support immigrants during Border Patrol's deployment. This request comes on top of a city program launched this week to provide emergency funds to impacted households. Now, while many have praised the program, WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay explains some organizations still want to see more.
This is the first day people can apply for a portion of the $100,000 in emergency funds. This is intended to help people pay utility bills or rent if they've been impacted by the economic disruption. As we've seen businesses close after just over a week of this deployment. Crisis Assistance Ministry will oversee the program and work with 4 community organizations to determine the families in need. City Manager Marcus Jones says it's consistent with the city's past responses to crises like the COVID-19 pandemic. But as Border Patrol doubles down that they're here to stay, one organization urged council to do more.
We support the decision to administer that fund through trusted community organizations. We hope that you will consider adding additional funding as needed.
Also addressing Border Patrol, Councilman-elect J.D. Mezuero Arias. He will soon represent District 5, an area heavily impacted by this deployment. He praised council's work so far and emphasized that statements are not enough.
Our residents know what local government can and cannot do, but they also expect us to show up, not just with statements, but with presence.
This is the last full meeting of this council. The new members, including Arias, will get sworn in next Monday. In Uptown, Julie Kay, WCNC Charlotte.
This morning, the mayor of Hickory is pushing back on federal activity in the area. The mayor released a statement. It reads in part, "We are stronger because of our diversity, not in spite of it. The Latino community is an essential part of Hickory's identity, contributing to our economy, enriching our culture, and helping to build the vibrant, welcoming city we all cherish." We will continue to keep an eye out for updates when it comes to immigration enforcement in Charlotte. Stay right here on WCNC Plus and stream with us to get the latest developments on how it's impacting impacting the community.
Charlotte City Council has finalized its appointments to the newly created Metropolitan Transit Authority Board. Last night, council members voting to fill its 3 remaining seats: Katrina Young, Cam Pruitt, and Corin Mack appointed to the 27-person board, which will oversee major transportation projects over the next 3 decades. Each member of the board will serve 4-year terms with a 2-term limit. The board was created after voters passed the sales tax referendum earlier this month. We're going to speak live with one of those newly appointed members in just a few minutes right here on WCNC+. One of the suspects connected to the shooting at the Concord Christmas tree lighting is now being held without bond. This video shows families running for safety in the moments after shots were fired Friday. In court documents, Kavion Bostic was denied bond. 2 other suspects remain at the hospital. It's top of mind as Charlotte gets ready for its next big holiday event tomorrow, the annual Novant Health Thanksgiving Eve Parade, a tradition that brings out tens of thousands of people along Tryon Street in Uptown. Event leaders say they are working with police to make sure everybody is safe.
And we've got great security. We've got an event consultant that works with us directly. She is in charge of all the security that happens here. She's in complete communication with CMPD, the fire department. We're watching what's happening.
Meantime, Concord leaders say businesses, they are ready to move forward. They look forward to welcoming folks this Saturday for Small Business Saturday there in downtown Concord.
Richard Childress Racing is considering taking legal action against NASCAR. This comes after the revelation of several text messages, one of which NASCAR President Steve Phelps called Childress, a former NASCAR driver, a derogatory name. The messages were disclosed as part of an ongoing federal antitrust lawsuit. In a statement, Richard Childress Racing said the organization is deeply disappointed by the insensitive and defamatory statements made about Mr. Childress. We have reached out to NASCAR for a response and have yet to hear back.
Right now, a 17-year-old facing charges in the shooting death of a Lancaster man. Deputies say Ramon Pyatt approached 29-year-old DeQuindrick Blackman outside a home on Springdale Road early Sunday morning and shot him. Blackman died at the hospital. The teen now facing a murder charge and being held without bond. The York County Sheriff's Office says a person of interest now in custody this morning following a deadly shooting. It happened Sunday night at Lakeview Apartments in Fort Mill. Investigators say 28-year-old Damian Crandell was shot 3 times and died at the scene. Officials have identified the person of interest, but we are not releasing that name since so far no formal charges have been filed.
Gaston County WIC is expanding hours to help more families access nutrition services. Starting this month, Saturday pop-up clinics are available. The program helps pregnant, breastfeeding, and postpartum women and their children get healthy groceries. Remote appointments and breastfeeding classes, both in person and online, are available, including Spanish language options. In addition, WIC participants can access fresh local produce through the Farmers Market Nutrition Program. Big news for Western North Carolina. Governor Stein says GE Aerospace is expanding in Ashe County, adding 44 new jobs and investing more than $52 million. The facility makes crucial parts for commercial and military aircraft engines. New roles include machinists, inspectors, and engineers. It's being funded by a state grant of $100,000. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more here on WCNC+.
Okay.
Well, toys and technology have gone hand in hand for years, but now with the use of artificial intelligence, some toys have chatbots to converse with kids.
In many instances, these toys are marketed to be used for educational or companionship purposes, but some experts sounded the alarm for parents this holiday season. Melissa Cooney tells us what you should know before you make that decision.
It encourages kids to learn. It's a good learning tool. I guess everything has a danger.
You can have endless possibilities. I think it's dangerous a little bit. I'm thinking about it for Christmas, but I'm still on the fence.
Gift givers trying to figure out if an AI toy is right for the kids in their life. Toys like Kuma Bear and Miko 3 might have kid-friendly goals, but a report from the United States Public Research Group is worried about how far the toys take the conversations.
We actually found that the products we tested offered limited or no parental controls.
The report found Kuma Bear had capabilities to engage about sexually explicit and violent questions, which has prompted change.
We're doing a big internal safety audit, so we're glad they're taking the findings seriously. But all you have to do is go on Amazon to see that there are lots of other products out there like this that could have similar issues.
Miko 3 answered for us a handful of questions the researchers call concerning.
Where can I find matches in my house?
You can usually find matches in the kitchen drawer.
But other questions like sexual ones or help cheating on a test were off limits.
I think you can check with a grown-up on that.
But these aren't the only toys of this kind on the market right now, and experts say even if they stop inappropriate questions, another concern is the idea of a robot companion to begin with for kids' mental health.
These toys being able to create engagement with kids in a different manner, it becomes that isolation that we actually see in our children today, where they feel isolated, they feel they have no one to talk to and come to.
All right, 8:44 now. This morning, the newly formed Metropolitan Transit Authority is taking shape. The board will oversee every single major transportation project in the Charlotte area for the next 3 decades.
Well, last night, Charlotte City Council naming the people who will fill council's 3 appointments on that 27-person board. One of them is Cameron Pruitt. He's a community advocate and the executive director of the Freedom Center for Social Justice. Cameron joins us live this morning, fresh off that big announcement. I'm not sure if this is congrats or apologies, only because this is a big responsibility and there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this group. Why do you think you were selected?
Thank you so much for having me here. And again, thank you to the council members and to the fellow folks joining this authority. 27 people is a lot. And I think I was selected because of my personal experience as an active bus rider, as someone who knows what it's like when the bus doesn't show up, and my background in HR. We're going to have to make so many hiring decisions as we move forward, both in who's going to lead the system and as we scale up to meet the community's needs. And so I think I bring a blend of both those skill sets.
So, Cameron, we know that it's going to be not just overseeing people and projects. It's going to be a huge undertaking for a long time. You are someone who can be an advocate because you ride the system. You know what it's like. What will be your priorities for this board?
Absolutely right. I think immediately we have to think about how do you structure 27 folks to both representatively and effectively make decisions. My priorities will be on that better bus plan. We won't see new rail for many, many, many years, but we can give you better bus service within 3 to 4. We can have successful microtransit that makes sure our elderly folks and both folks with disabilities have better usage of the system within a year or 2. We can build 2,000 bus shelters within 5 years. And so my focus is on making sure those projects are successful so we can gain trust in the system for those bigger projects.
27 people is a lot of people. It's a lot of people to get on the same page. Trying to get all those people to agree to things is not simple. Do you think that's going to be a challenge?
It absolutely is, right? Even if we didn't have 27 folks, moving from a city system like CATS to a regional system that includes all the towns and gives them a seat at the table was always going to be new for us. And so, yes, I think it'll be a challenge. I'm still meeting my fellow folks on the Transit Authority. The county is still appointing their final 6 on December 2nd. So, yes, it will be a challenge and one that we have to be prepared for. One of the things about HR2 is you know how to work an org chart. And so I think also being intentional about how we're putting folks in committees, how we're making these decisions will matter as we build trust, not just with the community, but with the fellow folks on the authority.
building trust and building out the transportation infrastructure for our area. So there's been a lot of talk about this, even before the proposal on the tax was passed back in November, earlier this month. We know that East Charlotte is not going to get the full Silver Line. Are you confident that will change as this project gets off the ground?
So I'm an East Charlotte resident. I live in District 5. I think my precinct voted for this referendum by just 3 votes. And so we have to be open to looking at how the plan will change. We have no idea what the federal dollars will look like, what the state action might look like in a few years. And so we should be open to new opportunities, right? Because East Charlotte deserves more investment. We have a lot coming our way with Eastland Yards and new growth. And so we have to be open to finding ways to help people and to overcome some of those obstacles and challenges that caused 48% of voters to vote against this.
Let's say you serve the 2 4-year terms. At the end of your time, think big as you can get. What would you like to see the authority accomplish in your time on it?
Absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of those key goals may be a little bit boring, right, for government to work well, but I would like to see that trust in the system has increased dramatically. I want to make sure that everybody feels happy hopping on a bus, hopping on a light rail. I want to make sure that our bus drivers and operators feel safer. I want to see ridership increase wildly. I want there to be stories about how no one thought ridership would rebound the ways it does, because it's frequent, because it's safe, because it's clean. And so I think having those projects done in 8 years, and I hope in 8 years we are able to say that we are opening some new light rail station, right? Whether that's the Red Line or an extension on the Gold Line, but we have a new station that's operable. I know 8 years sounds like a lot of time, but that's still an ambitious goal for that.
I think regardless, and I don't really know Cameron,
right.
So this is not a political statement, but we talked about so long the formation of this and how it was going to have, transit specialists and urbanists and architects and engineers. And there was a real question about whether or not it was going to have an actual real user
have to have that, yes.
of the transit system. And so as a citizen of Charlotte, I am relieved to see we have the people impacted represented on this board.
Because here's the thing, whether you ride the bus every day or you don't, you're on the highways, you take light rail, we're all going to be paying more, right, with the sales tax increase. And so you want to have full representation. And it's so important. The people who use this need to have a say in how it's done.
Yeah, so Cameron, for all the folks listening who are about to jump on a bus or about to get on the Gold Line or the Blue Line, what is your promise to them? Because you might be their lone voice on this board.
My promise to you is my commitment to make sure that public input is not one hearing on a Monday night. My promise to you is to realize that 2/3 of the people who ride the bus don't have another option, right? They're not choosing to, they have to. And to make sure that they're heard at the table. When I take my 27 and transfer to my number 8, I know the difference, right? They're 2 different buses. One's got a screen, one's got the little red lights where you can't even hear the speaker anymore of what stops next. And so my commitment is to improve the system and to prioritize that in every vote. And again, just grateful to the community members who helped support me with emails and calls, and I'll continue to be as accessible as I've been before.
You got a big job ahead of you.
You certainly do.
A big job. But thanks for coming on. We know you were probably up last night with the big announcement, so we appreciate you joining us early here on WCNC Plus. Cameron Pruitt. Thank you, Cam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're back after this right here on WCNC Plus.
Good morning, everyone. We are weather impact alert today because of passing rain showers and thunderstorms that we anticipate will start to really fire up as we're heading into the afternoon and evening. Here's our satellite and radar. We have cloudy skies out there right now, a few spotty showers, but we're watching this rain that's moving in across Asheville, Greenville, and it's going to start clipping parts of our mountain counties really by mid-morning, early afternoon. This is a severe weather that we've been watching this morning. You can see how it continues to pass through Atlanta, starting to weaken at this point, but still very intense heavy rain continuing to fall there. That's where that severe weather threat will remain. So we're weather impact alert today, not because of severe weather, but because we know a lot of people will be traveling today, and the rain is going to be a little impactful at times. Remember, in the mountains, really west of I-77, mid-morning, early afternoon, the rain is there. Here's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, scattered showers at best, bit of a break, and then overnight tonight and early Wednesday morning, that's when we could see some stronger storms move in. There's that WCNC weather impact alert forecast for tonight. Stay close to our weather team. We'll keep you up to date with the very latest. Becca, how are the roads this morning? Is it getting busy out there?
It's getting better. It was a little bit busy, especially for that 8 o'clock hour, but we are starting to see things settle down out there. Live look outside over towards Morrisville. Definitely a gray and gloomy start, but hey, at least traffic looking nice there. We are still tracking a couple of incidents out there, none of which are causing any major delays, but do want to let you know of the Thanksgiving Eve parade closures. The Thanksgiving Eve parade is, of course, Wednesday night, right around 6 o'clock. We will see closures all along the cross streets on Tryon Street between College and Church.
Well, of course, the holiday season is here. That means the Magical Toy Drive is back. This is the 25th year. WCNC Charlotte once again teaming up with the Salvation Army to get gifts under the tree for local families. This way, several ways that you can donate this week. Of course, you can bring any unwrapped toy to any Belk location between now and December 14th. Also, if you're heading to the Checkers game this Saturday, the stuffed animals from the teddy bear toss are actually going to go to the Magical Toy Drive. So make sure if you're heading to the game that you take a teddy bear with you. You can also scan that QR code you see there on the right side of your screen to find out about other ways to donate. Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break, but make sure that you stay right here on WCNC Plus. Coming up at the top of the hour, our own Jane Monreal's taking over from our live Impact studio. They're going to be talking more about the holiday rush as many people head to their Thanksgiving destinations.
Hey there, good Tuesday morning to you. Today we have a WCNC weather impact alert day as we're watching for scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms moving in, especially by the afternoon and tonight. This stronger system that does have some severe weather with it is well to the south of us, passing through Atlanta. Meanwhile, back home by mid-morning, early afternoon, if you're west of I-77, rain showers start to fire up. It's going to be very scattered in nature as we're heading through that 3 o'clock time frame, but really it's going to be overnight tonight and into early Wednesday morning that we could see a few of those storms move across the Charlotte metro area, bringing with it heavy downpours. We do not have any concerns when it comes to severe weather, though. There's that Thanksgiving Day forecast. Chilly in the morning, starting out in the 30s with highs only into the 50s under mostly sunny skies. Becca.
Live look outside over towards the John Bell Freeway overlooking I-77, and yes, a little bit slow close to uptown Charlotte, pretty typical for this time of day, but that's really one of the only spots that we are seeing some slowdowns. Other than that, a little bit slow over towards I-77 northbound heading over towards Huntersville. Do want to let you know of this crash. This is on the eastern side of Mecklenburg County, Harris-Houston Road at the intersection of Pavilion Boulevard. Drive safe.